Ladies and gentlemen, the day we've been waiting for is finally here with us. We are coming to you live from the Alliance Française. Bonjour. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Thank you for joining us in today's session. We are live on Facebook and YouTube channel, that is Kimisitu Sacco page. For those who are following us online, kindly remember to like, remember to share, remember to comment. We have a team on standby to respond to all your questions. And my name is Jen Zenakililo, and I'll be the moderator for today. With me is a team of colleagues, and I will invite them to introduce themselves.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gitachu David. I'm in the sales and marketing department at Kimisitu Sacco.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Purity Ntoiti, Head of Finance, Kimisitu Sacco.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
My name is Catherine Odhiambo, Credit Manager, Kimisitu Sacco.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Derek Musembi. I'm in ICT, Kimisitu Sacco. Thank you.
Thank you, team. We are also joined by a team from the Alliance Française. This is one of our loyal member organization. Thank you for joining us. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. And our topic for today, we are going to discuss about a pound of flesh. And I believe this is a topic that you've all been looking forward to. And I'll just pose a question to our online viewers. When you hear the phrase, a pound of flesh, what exactly comes into your mind? What are your thoughts? Kindly drop a comment. We love to hear from you. Share with us what are your views on today's topic. And to start us off, I will invite Derek Musembi, who will bring us to speed on today's topic. Welcome, Derek.
Thank you, Jen. I will be expounding on the pound of flesh. That is the heading or the topic for our discussion today. This is from a book or a play that was written in the 16th century by William Shakespeare. And as William Shakespeare would say, the opening statement would be, in sooth, I know not why I'm so joyous. It enlightens me. You say it enlightens you as well. Being a Kimisitu member is so wondrous. Just to give you a tip of the iceberg on this topic, the play talks about three characters. We have Antonio, Bassanio, and Shylock. Antonio is a wealthy businessman, and Bassanio is his friend, and Bassanio is looking for a loan from Antonio. And currently, Antonio has several businesses, but he doesn't have that money because Bassanio is looking for quite some good amount of money, which in this case is 3,000 ducats. That translated to today's money is around 64 billion or something there. So they look for someone to lend them money, and in this case, Shylock is a money lender who practices what they call usury, or he charges high interest rates. And because they have no option, they have to borrow money from Shylock. And Shylock has his own terms. Because I have to give you money. If you don't pay the money, then they agree that you will take a pound of flesh from Antonio. And in this case, Antonio now is a security, or they pay the money. Now, Antonio having businesses, of course, diversified, things happen. He's unable to pay that money in time. So they move to court as per their earlier agreement that they will take a pound of flesh from Antonio, or Shylock will take a pound of flesh from Antonio. And the law ensuit continues, and they reach a place where they have to refer back to the agreement, in essence that Shylock should take the pound of flesh but not shed a single drop of blood, because it wasn't in the contract. And that prevents or saves Antonio and brings to close that bit that they have to pay, of course, the money from somewhere. And just to bring that, or to bring you up to speed on that, is that the pound of flesh in our today's setup, because as I said, that was written in the 16th century, but it really applies to us today. the pound of flesh, when you take a loan or when you take a facility from these other facilities, providers that don't have strict or well pronounced terms and conditions, then you're bound to go through a lot of embarrassment. You get your privacy issues because someone gets access to your contact list. They have all your phone books, and in case you don't pay that debt, then someone, your friends, your colleagues, and people of high stature in your life get notifications that you've not paid a debt, and that is so embarrassing. And someone demanding a pound of flesh is like embarrassing you, and they are determined to get what is theirs, irrespective of course, the consequences that will come to you or them. And they come to us in different forms with a message that they give you high-speed nets, high-speed allocation of the facilities, but the ease of access, you will pay it through high interest rates and embarrassments and the data privacy bit. And it's very embarrassing when you go through such because of not using the right, or rather the trusted financial facilities that are available. So these seem to be quick fixes in our lives, and they have long-lasting consequences for us. So with Kimisitu Sacco, you will get what we call double benefit, because you've invested, you will earn on your investment, and you will enjoy loans also on the same investments, because we have multiple collaterals for the loans that we offer, and you can use your investments, you can use your vehicle, you can use your land, and many other collaterals that you'll find with that. So the parting shot is that money can make your life easier, just like greasing wheels, and you can buy respect with money and providing of opportunity, but if acquired through the right means. So for us in Kimisitu, we are your financial partner to prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek, for that elaborate introduction on our today's topic. And I promise you it's going to be an interesting topic. And for our online members, you can't afford to miss this discussion because it is going to be informative, and at the end of it, I believe we'll have learned something out of it. So to our online members, if you have any question, kindly drop a comment. We have an able team on standby to respond to all your questions regarding today's topic. So straight to our discussion for today, we have our speakers. And as you have heard, we are here to ensure that your pound or your flesh is not taken away from you. And we are here to discuss about Kimisitu Sacco. And as you've heard, we have different lenders. We have institutions out there who are giving us money. But we are here to discuss about Kimisitu. Why is Kimisitu different from other lenders? And why should you come to Kimisitu so that you may access the credit facility? I will start with Catherine. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Kimisitu Sacco was formed over 30 years ago, and it is registered under the Cooperative Act, the Ministry of Cooperative, and licensed by SASRA. And in terms of products, we have quite a wide range of products, and our interest rates are also flexible in terms of when you look at them with the market rate. Most of them are at 1% per month on reducing balance. And this translates to 6.6, almost 6.7% per annum, which is quite competitive when compared with the other institutions or other, the way we were talking about pound of flesh, other Shylock in the market. So mine is just to ask the members and potential members that Kimisitu is a strong Sacco. With Kimisitu, you'll be able to get that interest back in forms of interest on deposits. At the end of the year, whatever interest that the members pay, we divide it again back to the members, so they're able to enjoy. When you take loans from other institutions, this interest doesn't come back to you. So the Sacco is your own, and you gain whatever you get. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Purity, you can add something on that.
Thank you, Jane. Our members, why should you come to Kimisitu Sacco, or why should you not go to any other financial service provider. One, Derek has already introduced to you what a pound of flesh is. Currently, people are being shamed everywhere. Your contact lists are being sent messages that you have not paid up your loan. Some of them are also coming to your homes to get your property to sell. In Kimisitu, for those who are members, we have facility to consolidate your loans from all those other financial providers, and we can give you one consolidated loan and pay off those loans that you have taken from those service providers who are giving you a nightmare, those who want to take the pound of your flesh. So we have a facility that can consolidate your loans, and the interest rates are very low compared to what you're getting outside there. As Catherine said, at the end of the day, these loans that you are taking loans on, we are also paying you interest on deposits, which you already have. So the effective rate that you are going to feel is very minimal as compared to what you would get outside there. The other thing is that we have specific loans that are tailor-made, that you're not just going to consume these products, that you're not just going to spend money, but you are going to be left with something. These specific products, I may touch on a few of them. One is the Makao Halisi that we have. So when you get our Makao Halisi, we are ensuring that you are going to have your own stable home or a commercial building that you can continue earning rent on. How do we do that? We'll lend you 7 times of your deposits. Actually, there is no lender that is going to give you 7 times of what you don't have. So we are giving you 7 times of your deposits. We are giving you at a rate of 12% per annum. Effectively, it's 1%. And at the end of the year, if we are going to pay you an interest on deposits, effective rate is going to be 6% per year. What timelines are we giving you to repay this loan? We are giving you up to 12 years to be able to repay this loan, which means that you have ample time to pay that loan. You, at the end of the day, you'll end up with a property. Who doesn't want property in Kenya? I guess everybody wants a property, either commercial or your own living home, right? So at the end of the day, Kimisitu will ensure that you have something that you can call your own. The second thing that we are also doing, we have an asset financing loan. Our asset finance loan covers motor vehicles and machinery. For this, we are also giving you times 5 of what you have saved with us. Again, if it's a motor vehicle, we are not asking for an original deposit. If you go to any other financial service provider, they will ask you to put in a deposit, a commitment fee, so that they can give you that loan. For our members, we are not asking you for a commitment fee. If you qualify for the loan, you get a loan, your loan 100% of what you require to get that vehicle, to get that machinery. And what is the interest rate? The interest rate is nothing compared, it's so low compared to the market rate. So what we're asking our members is to come and get these facilities where your pound of flesh is not going to be infringed on. We also have another loan that is going to ensure that you have an investment, which you're calling the agricultural loan, which is relatively new that you have offered in the market. And this is the other benefit that you get as a member. There is no other financial institution that will ask you, what do you want us to give you? The agriculture loan came about by our members telling us, we have this product, or we have this need that we are farming, that we are doing this kind of project, but we are not getting a friendly financier to give us this. And we listened, and we gave that to you as members. And for those potential members, these are the facilities that you're going to enjoy as a member that you cannot enjoy anywhere else or on any other financial service provider. There's no one who is going to ask you, what do you want? They have already provided a good for you or a facility for you that you're either taking their terms or you're not taking what they're having. So for you as a member of Kimisitu Sacco, you have a chance to make decisions. How also do you make decisions other than the surveys or coming to us? You have another chance of making decisions by attending our AGMs. And that is something so unique about SACCOs. You are not just treated as a customer. You are the owner of the SACCO. The institution belongs to you as a member. So once you become a member of a SACCO, you become the decision maker. How do you make that decision? By attending the AGM and querying what has been presented to you. So do not go outside there to look for financial services where you are going to be infringed or your pound of flesh will be demanded for. Come to Kimisitu Sacco as a member and enjoy the facilities that have been for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Purity and Catherine, for that. Now, I believe when you apply for a loan, again, one of the key things is about the turnaround time. Because if you need an emergency loan and the loan is processed maybe within 2 days, it no longer becomes an emergency. So, Gitachu, you can talk about the turnaround time at Kimisitu Sacco.
Okay, thank you, Jane. And before I talk about the turnaround time, I think the interest rate bit is a key thing we need to think about. Right now, we're in very tough times, okay? Very tough times. The last time the inflation was at this rate was like 10, 15 years ago. Right now, the dollar rate is at 120 shillings per dollar. And what most service providers have done, what most manufacturers have done, what most sellers or retailers have done is they are passing that back to the consumer. Meaning, it does when the dollar gets to 120, the manufacturer is like, fine, it gets to 120, but at the end of the day, Thomas will bear the brunt of that rate. Gitachu will bear the brunt of that rate. But with the Sacco loans, the price, that the 1% interest rate, I believe it's been there since Kupeka joined Kimisitu Sacco, and it's been there up to today. And the beauty of that is that you're able to plan for yourself. You're able to plan, as opposed to getting a call, maybe midstream your loan repayment tenor, and somebody is calling you and said, hey, David, we agreed that this loan will be at 1%, but due to the inflation rate, due to the exchange rate, we have increased it by a percentage rate. So that's a big one for members to become members of, for the audience who are not members, and also the ones viewing us to become members of Kimisitu Sacco. So to answer your question, Jane, this bit speaks to me, the turnaround of loans. It speaks me, and I feel it directly in my pulmonary veins, because when a member is applying for a loan, they have very clear plans. Very clear plans. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly when they want it and the deadlines they have for that loan facility. Okay, if it's, for example, it's an emergency loan, just as the name suggests, and I want to believe people who designed that name, they were like, fine, you need to give the membership a loan which, if David wants a loan like yesterday, then it can be provided. And that's why the turnaround of loans at Kimisitu Sacco is, by lack of another word, it's world class. So if you apply for a loan today, if it's an emergency loan, in 3 hours time, maximum 8 hours time, it's on your FOSA account for you to withdraw. If you're planning to start a business, you have very clear schedule on when the loan will be disbursed, how long it will take you to pay the loan. So I think that captures my question for that query, Jen.
Thank you, David, for that elaborated answer. And you have mentioned about loan disbursement. You have said that once a member applies for the loan, the amount is disbursed to their FOSA account. So maybe the members might wonder, should I have to come to Kimisitu to access the funds over the counter, or how else do I do that? So maybe Derek, you can just take us through on how to access the funds once the money is disbursed to our FOSA accounts.
Okay, thank you. We have multiple platforms on how you can access your money once it's disbursed to FOSA, or how you can even deposit money to your savings accounts. That is deposit, holiday savings, Little Angel, Wekeza, and the other savings accounts that we have. We have a mobile app that is both Android and iOS on App Store and Play Store. It's called Kimisitu Money. And for those who don't have the smartphones, we have the USSD platform, that is *503#, You can use that to withdraw your money to your M-Pesa. You can transfer money to your bank accounts. You can even buy utility and pay utilities from our mobile application. So you have nothing to worry when you have your money in your FOSA. You could just spend it there, like the way you spend your money in your M-Pesa and in your bank. It's so easy for you to do that with our platforms. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. As you've heard, Kimisitu is now a one-stop shop. Once you apply for the loan, the amount is disbursed to your FOSA account. You can use the mobile app for you to access the funds. You can transfer them to either M-Pesa or you can transfer the amount to your bank account. So before we continue, I'll take 2 questions from our audience.
Maybe mine will be a very simple question. Many a times, most of us look to have, let's say, I don't know who I'm addressing. I think I'll address David. Most of us young at heart, at times we like to invest in facilities such as Makao Halisi. When I invest in Makao Halisi, you said it's 7 times what I have.
Yes.
So in short, you're telling me to go look for a house that meets that. What if I find a house that costs more, maybe slightly by 2 million or 3 million to my potential? What will you do in that case? I've seen a house, let's say in Kilimani, Westlands, and the amount I have does not meet what the developer is asking for. Yet my heart wants that house. What can you do in that case?
Thank you for that question. David, you can note it down. Let's get one more question.
Hi, how are you?
We are fine.
My name is Faith. My question is suppose I've applied for a loan to do a project. Let's say I had estimated it will cost 3 million, and due to inflation and other market changes, by the end of the time, I haven't completed the project, the money is over. Can Kimisitu bail me out now that it's a unique institution?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Rosemary. I really like anything to do with housing, okay? Be it residential or for purposes of commercial purposes. My question is, currently in Kenya, there's a lot of talk about the affordable housing. Might Kimisitu might you have a product that aligns with the government, recommendation for us who are now, your members? That would really interest me, and I believe it would be a point of interest for my colleagues too.
Thank you. Let's pick the 3 questions, and David, you can go first with the response.
I'll take one, and then Catherine will take the other 2. So in the event that you had a plan and midstream things change, we have top-ups. We have top-up facilities, meaning you had planned to build a house worth X amount of shillings, and somewhere around the line it's at ground floor, and maybe your monies are almost exhausted. So what happens, you can come back to your financier and apply for a top-up loan. There's a top-up Makao Halisi. And in fact, it's not strictly for the Makao Halisi loan. All other loans at Kimisitu Sacco, if it's an emergency, maybe you wanted to go see a doctor and you are planning to pay 100,000 bob, and you go pay 100,000, and the doctor is like, yes, you've paid 100,000, but you still owe me 20,000 bob. Then you come back to your financial and take a top-up emergency loan. So we have such kind of facilities. But the other two, maybe my colleague Catherine will respond to that.
Thank you, Thomas, for your question. About you want a particular house, but your deposits are not sufficient. The Sacco is able to give you a boosting facility, can boost you up to 1 million. What we usually check is that we check your deposits, that is one. Then you also check the ability to pay, because you have to have a loan that will be able to pay. Then the security, because the house or the apartment will act as security. So those are the three things that we check. So if you meet the other two, if it's the deposits that is the challenge, we're able to give you a boosting facility. Then in terms of affordable housing, yes, this is something that the government is working on. It's one of the agendas from the previous administration until now. And as Kimisitu, that's why we brought about the Makawalisi, and that is why we revamped it. Previously, we were giving ×5, then we changed to ×7. However, we're also working with the Kimisitu Investment Company. We have an investment company in terms of members getting plots and also building constructions. We're also partnering with other partners, players in the market who have built apartments, who are selling off plan, but you have to do our due diligence before we can be able to bring our members to uptake that. So this is something that is already working in Kimisitu. It's work in progress, and I believe soon the partnership will be able to give it to the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine.
Can I write on what she just said?
Yes, kindly proceed.
Thank you, Catherine, for that. Yesterday I happened to be with a colleague of mine, that is Kimotho, and he did show me a project along Ngong Road, which the Kimisitu Investment Company was a partner, as per what you've just said. I would like just to find out, are those houses still available? And if yes, what need I do? Or what could we do to be able to get that? Because personally, when he was telling me this, it came as news. And to me it was news. Yeah, on Ngong Road. And the price then was quite interesting. So, but I see so many houses which are empty where I was with him. So that is still there. Some of us are interested.
Thank you, Thomas, for that. Yes, in terms of the partnership that we're having with the Kimisitu Investment, it's something that you can find out if they are still available, so that the same can be shared with the membership. So you'll find that mostly people prefer buying off plan because it's quite cheaper, and it's affordable. You know, once it's been constructed, now the price goes high, and owing to the fact that currently people are going through difficult financial stress, so when the price is now high, it's quite difficult for people to access. And that is why we are partnering with the investment company and other partners, other players in the market, so that you can be able to provide affordable housing, apartments to our members. And also in terms of properties, we have people who are buying properties. We had to leave it the other day, which was, I think it's almost fully sold out. So there are a lot of things that we are doing together. So we'll ensure that we bring that information to you so that you are aware and you can be able to partake. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Before we come back to our audience, I'll just Catherine, to clarify, we cannot have this discussion without mentioning the issue of guarantors and collaterals. So maybe, Catherine, you can take us through the issue of guarantors and collaterals available.
Thank you. Loans are guaranteed by secured through guarantors or collaterals. Guarantors can guarantee up to 1 million. For me, in terms of guarantorship, what I usually advise our members, it's good that, like now you are in alliance. You need to know one another, you guarantee each other, trust one another. And also it's good that when you are taking a loan, you plan to pay it. But I know sometimes things happen, yeah. When it comes to such a situation, it's good to come to the Sacco and discuss. Usually give loan reschedules, loan restructure, be able to discuss even plus the guarantors so that we're able to ensure that this loan is paid. It's usually quite unfortunate, especially if now the member disappears. That's when it becomes now tricky. So my urge to the member is always to ensure that it's good. Things happen. You can go through difficult times. We have people who've gone through difficult times, but they're back now on their feet. And through their discussions with us and also the guarantors, you find that the guarantors are now assisting the person to look for maybe the loan repayments or even look for in place a job so that they can be able to pay. But when somebody runs away, so it becomes quite a challenge to the Sacco and also to the guarantors. So we also accept collaterals. Collaterals, we accept land, building, and also logbooks. For logbooks, we also accept for logbooks for loans for vehicles up to 8 years if you are taking a long-term loan of up to 48 months. If you are taking a loan of below 24 months, you can be able to give us a logbook of loan, a logbook of a car whose age is up to 15 years we accept. But what we'll take is the 50% of the first sale value, so the vehicle will be valued, and we'll take 50% of the same, which will act as security. So mine also, for members who don't have properties, maybe you don't have land, you can be able to purchase one through us, you can be able to take a loan, buy, and the same can act as collateral for your loans. It can be charged open, so anytime you need a loan, you don't need to go through the entire process. You'll just come, pick, pay. So for those who are unable to get guarantors, you also urge them to use your collateral so that you are sure you don't need to go around asking everybody to guarantee you a loan. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine, for that. And I believe once we talk about collaterals, even the members who are in diaspora, they're able to understand, they're able to access the credit facilities using the collateral, because for them, maybe when you talk about the network, they might not have many individuals to guarantee them. So you are able to use your collaterals, as Catherine has mentioned. So just to remind our online viewers, if you have a question, kindly write to us. We have a team on standby to respond to all your questions. So we can take more questions from our audience.
Good morning. Is it morning or afternoon?
Good morning.
Still morning, eh?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Leonard, member number 004201 of Kimisitu. I have a question. Supposing you have a loan, which maybe all of us have, and you lose a job. Maybe you are retrenched, and you find yourself now without any income. And Kimisitu also requires you that you pay your loan. So in that case, is Kimisitu able to consider your situation and maybe have a different repayment plan, or altogether maybe just find just a way of not going directly to the guarantors and recovering their loan?
Okay, thank you for that. We can have one more question.
Good morning. My name is Dorothy. Would you acquire this person's what is it called, title deed, so that if this person maybe defaults, you first go and try and repossess whatever you can from them before pursuing guarantors? Because we've seen cases in which we just get an email and maybe you've guaranteed somebody and your money just taken away from that from you. Yeah. So is there like some background or some follow-up with the person who took a loan to try and see whatever security you can get from this person before you come to the guarantors and take their deposits?
Okay.
There is no need for microphone. For you to, okay. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You will allow me to speak Swahili. Godfrey Macheti, member 014176. Ningependa kuuliza Kimisitu. There is a day tulikuwa na AGM na Kimisitu wako insured, mko na insurance. Huku Karanda ukikarandia mtu anakatwa pesa. Na hii kazi ya insurance ni kazi gani? Thanks.
Allow us to respond to the 3 questions first before we come back to you. So Purity, you can go first.
Okay, thank you, members. The first question was, in case you lose a job, do you have, can we listen to you to reschedule your loan? Yes, as Catherine put it at first, please do not run away. When you lose your job or you have a pay cut, because sometimes you might not lose the job, but either you have a pay cut or probably your business is not doing as well as it used to do before. So please do not run away. Come talk to us. We allow rescheduling of loans or restructuring of the loans such that we will restructure based on now what we agree with you so that it's bearable. And that's why our topic today was a pound of flesh. We do not want to take your flesh away. So yes, we do allow for restructure or rescheduling of the loans. 2, do we do a background check for the person who is taking a loan, especially for mortgages? Actually, for mortgages, if you are doing a construction, we do not give you the entire money. We give you in phases. And we have project managers. And that's why we said we ensure that you have actually that property. So what happens is that the first tranche is disbursed based on the BQs. And then there is a project manager and there is a valuer that will follow up to ensure that before we give you the next tranche of the money to continue your project, that what you say that you would do in the first phase is actually done. So they'll come and check that you said the foundation will cost 1 million. Foundation is done with the right materials that we said that it would be done with. And then once they are satisfied and the project manager is satisfied that it's done, then the second disbursement is done. So if the second disbursement is supposed to take you to the rental before the roofing, then once you are done with the building up to the rental stage, then you come for the third disbursement. We'll disburse our project managers to the ground to check that actually what you said is done up to where we said it's done and to the quality. Because also you can have done it, but the quality is not as good as we expected it. So actually for those who are doing property, either commercial or residential, that is done. We also, like if you're doing motor vehicle or machinery, we pay directly to the person who is selling you the property. So we have a sale agreement, which you bring to us together with the details of where you are buying, and the property or whatever you are buying is charged. So it's co-owned between Kimisitu and us. So if it's a vehicle, the logbook is written in the name of Kimisitu and yourself until the day you finish repayment. Something else that Catherine did not mention, we also allow self-guarantorship. Like, for example, if you wanted $1 million and I have $1 million in my deposit, we allow for self-guarantorship. You can self-guarantee your loan. Then there was the question, what's the role of the insurance company? Now, insurances are for eventualities. And non-repayment of a loan is not an eventuality, and especially if you are alive. So what we do, and this is what is unique and it's important for the membership to hear, is that if you have taken a loan with Kimisitu Sacco, all loans are insured in this way, that in case of your death or you're incapacitated, then we do not come for your property, we do not follow your guarantors, and we do not come to your family members. The loan is fully offset by the insurance company. So there is the comfort, like, for example, had you taken a loan for 10 million and built that house, and unfortunately you had an accident and nothing can be done. You are not able to work, you're not able to move, we are not coming to sell that house. The insurance will pay for that loan and you will continue enjoying the comfort of your home. In the eventuality, unfortunately, that you pass on and you had already completed that house of 10 million, you're not going to throw out your family from that home. The insurance will take care of that. But if in case you lost your job, currently you realize that most, from where it came from, most of our members are on contract based and therefore not on permanent and pensionable jobs, and therefore the insurance was not able to take up those. You see where they say they will cover for your 6 months salary, or we are not able to do that at the beginning because most of our members were on contract-based contracts. Therefore, that's the role of the insurance, and that's why your loans are insured. Thank you.
Thank you, Purity. I believe Geoffrey, Dorothy, and Leonard, you have been answered. So we can have one more question from the audience.
My name is Francis Orlando, member number 10717. My question is, I don't know why you usually deny somebody who has taken a loan, and preferably like Kimisitu, and when somebody takes this loan and is unable to pay it in a preferred time, and he waits for the 3 months to elapse, and thereafter he instructs you to deduct it from the contribution, and whenever after this, when one applies for another loan, you deny, yet you have taken the loan from his contribution, and you usually refer him as a defaulter, yet he has paid it from the shares, not from his from the deposits here.
Catherine, you can respond.
Thank you, Francis, for your question about Kimisitu. When you don't pay and we offset your deposits, you find yourself blacklisted, and the one is unable to take a loan until that is cleared. And that is why you are saying that when you're having challenges, it's good to come and talk to us. Don't wait until the loan is blacklisted. And when you talk to us, we'll be able to advise you accordingly. The reason why you are disabled from taking other loans is because your deposits are not free. Maybe somebody has a deposit of, let's say, 100,000. You take it times 4. Most of our loans are times 4 of your deposit, apart from motor asset finance, which is times 5, and Makawalis, which is times 7. So the 100,000 you've already taken times 4, which is 400,000. You've also guaranteed members up to times 4 of your deposits. So when you take another Kimisitu of maybe 100,000 and we recover, it means that your loans are now not covered, and those who guaranteed are also not covered. And that is why now we encourage you to come. You can be able to take another loan to pay off, to bring back your deposits back to where they're supposed to be. And after that, you're able to enjoy the facility. So it's not that we already have your deposits. That Kimisitu is an unsecured facility, but the deposit is just a backup, so that in case you don't pay, we take it, so that we encourage you to come and pay it back, so that you can be able to enjoy other facility. So mine is just to encourage members. It's good to communicate. When you're having challenges, don't wait until it's too late. Communicate early, and we'll be able to advise you accordingly. Thank you.
My name is Shadrach. I'm member 002421. Just to rebound on the idea of self-guaranteeing and not being able to do it just because you guaranteed other people. Why should I not be able to self-guarantee if I've guaranteed other people? Because now you're behaving just like banks, like you don't trust me. I've guaranteed other people, which means I'm still stuck with you people. I want to get self-guarantee, like a loan within my deposit, but you are saying because you guaranteed other people beyond your deposit, then you cannot get any loan. Why? which means there's no trust between you and me. Yet I'm stuck with you because I've guaranteed other people. You're just behaving like normal banks.
Thank you, Shadrach, for that. Purity, kindly respond. Purity, respond.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Shadrach, for your question. As you asked, this deposit, assuming that you had 1 million, and we are allowing you to guarantee other people up to times 4 of your deposits. So, assuming you have 1 million and you have guaranteed me Purity 1 million, which means at the end of the day, assuming that I defaulted, you have no 1 million, right? And then again, Shadrach, because we are allowing you to guarantee times 4, you have guaranteed Gitachu 500. So you have guaranteed 1.5 million, but you have 1 million, right? So assuming you are self-guaranteeing yourself with that 1 million, where would the self-guarantorship come from? That's why we are telling you, if you have guaranteed another person, you see, what Sacco is, I have the money, but I do not need to spend it at that time. You do not have the money, but you need to spend. So I brought in my 1 million, you need to spend. So it's like I'm giving you that my 1 million, you spend and bring back with some interest. So if we don't have that money to lend, we will not be able to lend. And that's why we cannot allow you to self-guarantee if you have guaranteed other people, because we are giving you more than actually you have. By us allowing you to do 4 times of what you have, remember you have only 1 million and you are guaranteeing how much? 4 million. So we are actually giving you over and above what you actually have. Thank you. Back to you, Jane.
Thank you, Purity. Gitachu, you have something to add on that?
From what I've heard, there's what I call a silver bullet to all that, in terms of, because all that ends up to what maybe will be the debt management, whereby we can consolidate loans, such that if a member gets to a point whereby your take home is stretched to the limit, and maybe you've taken an Kimisitu, you've taken an emergency loan, you have a mega loan, you have a normal loan, it does big damage to your payslip. But at the end of the day, you can squeeze those loans together so that you can have one loan which you can be able to repay it at a longer repayment period, and decrease the pressure on you, so that you don't end up in a situation whereby you're really thirsty for money and you're not in a position to take the money. So as Catherine has rightly put it, just approach your Sacco. Just come with your pay slips, and then we shall give you a guidance on exactly, yes, this is my Kimisitu balance, this is where I am, this is where I want to go. How best can we get out of this zigzag for the benefit of the member and also for your Sacco? Thank you.
Thank you, David. Members, we are nearing the end of our session, and before we get the parting shot from Mr. Gitachu, I will invite Mr. Kupeka to give his final remarks, please.
Okay. I don't know, there was a potential member who had a question. If we can, the potential member.
Oh, okay, fine.
So that he knows that Kimisitu is a democracy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Arnold. I'm not yet a member. I'm a student, which is actually related to my question. Do you have like student plans in Kimisitu? Because I feel like one thing we have in common is we're all gunning for financial freedom. But as a student, I see like there's a gap, especially if you're not doing anything related to finance. There's no financial literacy you can actually get. So like sometimes you can actually get a hold of a bit of money, though not an active income, but we don't know what to actually do with it to get, like, to make it more. So that's my question.
Okay. Purity? Okay.
I think I will let Catherine take that.
No, thank you.
Thank you. We usually also advise our members to bring their youngsters, especially those who are now students, so that they can join the Sacco. They join as little angels, then they translate to now above adults, and they continue. And we accept, yes, we accept. You can be able to join the membership, you can be able to save, and we can also be able to advise you, because you are still young and you still have a long way ahead of you into ways on how you can be able to invest and have the financial freedom that you need. So feel free to join us. Feel free to bring your young members, your youngsters, to join Kimisitu Sacco so that they can start saving, to have a saving culture at their young age. It's at this moment that if they take a long-term loan, they can be able to buy, maybe build commercial properties, so that by the time they are over 35 years, they already own properties. Thank you.
Just to add on that, the Little Angels account earns interest. Currently, the interest on Little Angels is earning at 7%, which the market is not giving you. So you can start saving on the Little Angels as before you attain the age of majority. And after attaining the age of majority, you can translate those deposits, the ones that you have to Little Angels, into your main deposits. And we have again listened to the membership. Our minimum contribution previously was 3,000. We have reduced that to 2,000 per month to be able to take care of people like you who are youngsters and they are still in school, and you can still continue saving. You can start saving with us. Thank you. Back to you, Jane, moderator.
Thank you, Purity. So, Mr. Kupeka, kindly, you can give us your final remarks.
Thomas Kupeka, member 002678. I'm glad that you found time to come and answer our queries. And I think we are somehow satisfied, somehow. And personally, I will say since the inception of this Kimisitu in Alliance Française, I've seen so many members growing from where they were to where they are today. And I've also seen others paying because some left and without paying. But all in all, some of us here, we can say we have shelter thanks to being members of Kimisitu. And we've also, there are times when we've needed money and we've been stopped from getting money simply because of the MK loan my friend was talking about. You find you have quite an amount, but you cannot take that. The only thing I will urge maybe you, as you go back to your office, to rethink a question which has always been lingering in our minds, that is, some of us are going to retire soon. We are remaining with maybe 3 years, and we've guaranteed people who have taken loans which are going for about 6 years. What will happen when I leave Alliance Française? I've guaranteed a person, and that person defaults while I'm in retirement. Will Kimisitu caution me? That is maybe the question I'll send you with. You go reflect on that, because some of us are worried now to guarantee some people, because we don't know whether will be our deposits will be given back to us as we keep
accusations. It should be very smoothless, and that's why Kimisitu Sacco is here for you. Let us not slide into situations which will make us lose the pound of flesh, because situations slide us, they make us drift towards losing the pound of flesh. And just like an eagle, you see, an eagle will soar to great heights, very great heights. As individuals, in our own small ways, we can pursue our financial transformation in a big time, in a very big way, by either becoming a member of Kimisitu Sacco, like the young man here, or getting credit from Kimisitu Sacco. Because from where I'm sitting, Kimisitu Sacco is the most transformative, is the most progressive Sacco in this part of the world. So make a point of joining Kimisitu Sacco and patronizing our very well-researched products. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our session today. And let me start by thanking our host, that is the Alliance Francaise, led by Mr. Thomas Kupeka. We truly appreciate your warm welcome. And thank you for finding time to be with us here today. We really appreciate, and from us we say merci beaucoup. Thank you. And we also thank our online viewers, those that have joined us today in our today's session. I believe this was an informative session, and we believe that you have learned at least 2 or 3 things from the session today. So thank you so much for finding time to join us today. To my panelists here and the team that was working behind the scene, we have Ikapel, Helen, Nancy, there is Dennis, Onesimus. Thank you for making this session successful. And may God bless us, and may God bless Kimisitu Sacco. You can find us on our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, that is Kimisitu Sacco, like our pages. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kimisitu Sacco. And you can also call us on 0709 136 000. That is our customer service line. And from us, until next time, we say goodbye. Goodbye. Au revoir. Au revoir.